Yeah, Bronze is back with another review, yeah! Well, look what we have here, guys. The Eluktronics RP-15 that just came in, and I'm really excited to review this laptop because apparently it's one of the best laptops, and after a week of using it, I can actually say it's pretty good. A lot of YouTubers review this, and also Notebook Check reviewed this laptop as well. It's one of the best Ryzen-based laptops that have come out into the market right now. And there's another reason why. It's because this is the only Ryzen 7 4800H processor paired with an RTX 2060 GPU. And according to Own or Disown, there's not going to be this combination of CPU and a GPU within the next couple of months. So I recommend looking at this model if you can't wait and need to buy a laptop right now. Price and performance wise, this is one of the best laptops you can get. Also, I have to dive into a few things that I think could be improved with this model, but still, this is definitely a contender for best laptop of the year. So I hope you guys enjoy my review. Stay tuned, subscribe, and like this video, and you're going to see more awesome reviews. Alright guys, I got mine configured with the Ryzen 4800H and the RTX 2060 configured from Eluktronics. Also comes with 512 gigabytes of storage and also 16 gigabytes of RAM at 3200 megahertz. Now this configuration was priced at $1250 in the US, and also you can actually remove operating system to bring down the price, and also you don't have to include the SSD or the RAM. I figured it was still a little bit cheaper to buy it pre-configured instead of trying to buy those parts separately. In addition, you can get this Tongfang chassis with the Ryzen CPU in other countries. For example, the XMG Core is another one, CyberPower PC in the United States, and also Illigear in Malaysia. Now, I ordered it with the stock thermal paste. I actually replied it with liquid metal, specifically Grizzly Conductonaut, and I really liked the results. I'll talk more about it later. Hey guys, just remember I'll always leave links for any resources that you might need. Please feel free to check that before you leave a comment. Alright, on to the internals. You have a 62 watt hour battery, which Eluktronics selectively upgraded from the 48-hour one. A Wi-Fi 6 card, 2 large fans, a decent cooling solution. Also, you can see some Kapton tape that I added when I self-applied the liquid metal myself. 16 gigabytes of RAM divided into 2 sticks at 3200 megahertz, and 2 spots for an NVMe. I was actually surprised about the build quality, so if I had to compare it with another laptop feel-wise, this feels like the Razer Blade material-wise. And like this part, no wonder it gets a lot of smudges, as others have reported. It does have the same aluminum texture feeling as the Razer Blade, so if there's something you want to compare, it definitely is the Razer Blade as far as the feeling, but I think that this material is a little bit less quality than the Razer Blade, and there's definitely a little bit of flex, but it's definitely durable, way more durable than the HP Omen, and it's still sturdy as far as, you know, build quality. The lid is aluminum, and the deck is aluminum as well, or aluminium. And I got mine with the D-brand skin, started this like honeycomb texture, and it's really dope. I really like how it reflects off light really nicely, and it also leaves off smudges. So you can get this pre-configured with the D-brand skin, and it's going to be a free add-on, so I definitely recommend getting it straight from the Eluktronics website. Now, the keyboard is something that I don't think it's the best, but it is pretty good. So it does look like the MSI series keyboard, Steel series keyboard. So it's a little bit firm when you're hitting the keys. The actuation force is actually a little bit higher than other keyboards that I tried. These are all terms that I grasped when I was really into mechanical keyboards. And yes, so the actuation force of this keyboard is a little tougher, a little bit more firm than what I prefer, but still it's a nice typing experience overall. It still has really nice travel as well, key distance travel. The RGB also is a really nice feature. It actually illuminates the keyboard really well, and you can choose different colors from the Eluktronics Control Center software. Okay, so the bottom part of the chassis is actually plastic, and it actually has a lot of ventilation holes, so that's really good to see. One thing I do not like about the bottom part of the chassis is the rubber feet. So as you can see in the bottom part of the chassis, these feet are really shallow. So when you're putting it on something on a surface, you definitely have to make sure that it makes contact with that surface in order to grip and feel stabilized. I would definitely prefer something more like the Razer Blade, where it has 2 long strips of feet that definitely grips the surface as well, and much better, so that it doesn't shake around or doesn't slide around when you're playing games or doing any other productivity tests. Another big advantage of the Eluktronics RP-15 is its weight. It's only listed at 4.4 pounds, and it's definitely one of the lightest 15-inch gaming notebooks that you can get right now. In addition, it's also very slim. It's one of the slimmest laptops I've ever tested on this channel, and this is something that I really prioritize in my purchase of a laptop. It's the slim and lightness of the laptop, because I'm definitely traveling around a lot. Alright guys, so here I'm at notebookcheck.com, where you can select different laptops and compare the sizes outlined here with these shapes. So the shapes each color represents a specific laptop. The Eluktronics RP-15 is blue, while the Razer Blade right here you can see as this tan gold color, and you can see the width, or you can actually see the thickness of the laptop right here, and then this is the overall footprint of the laptop. So definitely go here if you want to compare, laptop sizes. So the Razer Blade, I can remove it. This is where the footprint of the Eluktronics RP-15. It's actually 360 millimeters in length and 246 millimeters in depth, and it's also about 0.78 inches in thickness. So let's place the Razer Blade on top of it. You can see how much smaller footprint the Razer Blade is, and it's also around the same thickness as well. If you want to compare the same equivalent size of the RP-15, the G66 Stealth is actually one of the similar in size products that are out there right now. So the G66 is actually green. As I remove it and place it back, it's very similar. All right, and now let's compare it to the Acer Predator Helios with this gray color. Oh, that's a 17-inch. Don't look at that one. All right, this is the 15-inch one. So the Helios 300 is actually much larger, in my opinion. It's outlined with the gray bars right here. 246 millimeters in depth, and then let's see how much it is. 363 millimeters in width, and it's also a little bit thicker at 0.9 inches. So I don't have a color checker yet, as I am a new YouTuber, but I can report that officially from Eluktronics website. This is a 1080p Full HD display at 144 Hz with the color accuracy of 72% NTSC, and according to Jared Tech's channel, this does have a 5 millisecond response time. Shout out to Jared Tech for providing the best benchmarks on YouTube. Personally, I have seen no ghosting, and I think that the colors are one of the best out of the laptops that I've tested, out of the gaming laptops that I've tested on this channel. Also at 300 nits, this isn't the brightest laptop, but it's decently bright. I did compare it to another laptop that was rated at 330 nits, and at the brightest levels, there wasn't much of a difference. Alright, this beastly laptop is one of the best performing laptops I have ever tested on this channel. As you can see here, I included a lot of other Ryzen laptops that I tested. I also included the 3 modes that you can access via the Eluktronics control panel, which is Game Mode, Beast Mode, and Office Mode. So as you can see here, Office Mode, you're actually gonna max out your score to 3700, and then Beast Mode, you're gonna be able to max out your score up to 4500, a little bit shorter than what other people have reported, but still it's impressive that it can reach up to 73 watts. Alright, and here are the TimeSpy scores for GPU reference. So with the 3 modes again, you don't get much difference between the game and Office Mode, maybe 50 points give or take, but when you boost the 2060 to 110 watts, you're going to see a considerable gain in performance, and I think that when you compare it to the 90 watt 1660 Ti from the HP Omen, you're gaining a 900 point difference, and maybe even sometimes a 1000 point difference. So I think it's definitely worth getting this GPU, especially if the Eluktronics RP-15 is almost the same price as the HP Omen. Typically I like to use between Office Mode and Beast Mode, but yeah, this is just one beast of a laptop when it comes to performance.
That's what it is.
Okay, thermals. Now, I ordered this pre-configured with the stock thermal paste, and temperatures increased to 92 degrees on Cinebench rendering. In gaming, it was even higher, so I had to do something about that. I was very unhappy with that. I applied liquid metal myself, looked up the safest ways to do that. Make sure you do a lot of research on this, boys and girls. Definitely important if you want to apply liquid metal to your laptop. But the performance gains were immense. I got 20 degrees difference as far as thermals go, and thermals that were reported from the main YouTubers that reviewed this laptop, it seemed like they had the model with the liquid metal applied already. So that's something to keep in mind when you're ordering this. Make sure to choose liquid metal so you don't have to apply it yourself. Okay, so battery life got me around 4 hours using productivity tasks such as emailing and Excel work. With YouTube or any video consumption, you're going to get around 9 hours. But again, to get that battery life, you're going to have to optimize your battery settings, and that's something I'm going to leave a tutorial later on down the road, so make sure to subscribe so that you can stay tuned for that. So fan noise is decent at best. When I had office mode, which is the lowest setting enabled, while I was gaming I reached up to 47 decibels. This is almost equivalent to the Lenovo Legion 5 at max fan levels. Beast mode allows you to max out your fans, and when I did this I reached up to 56 decibels, which is the max I can tolerate, so this is on the higher end, but I'd usually wear headphones to mitigate that. So in conclusion, this has to be my favorite laptop by far for the year. Yes, there are a lot of other good laptops out there, but this is slim, this is light, and it performs the best out of all the laptops that I tried. Aesthetically speaking, it's also really nice looking, so I really can't say if there's any other better laptop right now, especially with no other laptop sporting the 4800H CPU and also the RTX 2060 GPU. That combination is lethal. And what even further sweetens the deal is that it's only priced around $1,100 as far as, you know, configuration and specs wise. So really, you can't go wrong with choosing this laptop. Okay, well that concludes my review of the Eluktronics RP-15. I really love this laptop, and I can't really see any other laptops beating this, so I'm going to try to keep looking for other laptops that are going to beat this. So if you want to stay tuned to that, definitely subscribe and like the video as well, and have a good one.
Loves you. He loves your game. We all love your game, man. We love beast mode.
That's big time. Beast mode, love, and appreciate that.